Hi. Okay, so what do you guys think happened to the parents?
I think they're visiting relatives because something obviously happened to them because they are Jewish.
Yeah, and the Nazis are trying to rid Europe of Jews, so
I think Mrs.
well,
they
Mr.
said
and Mrs. Rosen aren't actually visiting relatives. I think that I'm dark, but the Nazis took them.
I'm thinking since they said in the beginning of the book that the
Nazis, yeah.
the Nazis were taking over all the shops or things like by the Jewish, and since Ellen is Jewish, so her parents are Jewish too. They must they must not have much money, but they can't go visit relatives because no one cannot leave Denmark because they're too afraid that they're gonna get hit.
I also think that definitely that Anne Marie's mom is exaggerating. I think just to make sure that the kids don't freak out. Like
She's saying,
I think Ellen knows the truth, but I don't think Anne Marie and Christy.
I think they have a prediction of what the truth is.
Yeah,
I think, well, this is really dark, but I have some background knowledge on what the Nazis did to the Jews, and they did really bad things that involved murder, slaughter, etc., and so I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, I think that if Ellen's parents go somewhere, either there's tons of things, kidnapped, going to visit relatives doesn't really seem true.
And they couldn't leave Denmark, and if their relatives lived in Denmark, why did they take Ellen with them?
I'm thinking that they're not going anywhere. They're just trying to keep Ellen safe because all parents need to keep their child safe. So maybe Mr. Rosen said something bad because he's a teacher. So maybe he said something bad to all the people who own the school. So they kicked him out, but they don't. But they don't want to tell Ellen that because Ellen's gonna be like, "What? Now what are we supposed to do? We're gonna live like with Anne Marie now?"
I think that
maybe they somehow. Okay, I swear. I think this is what's going to happen. To tell us what happened. Whatever happened to the parents is going to show up in the Free Danes newspaper that they get, and then
I think that
it'll say people escaped or something like that.
I think that Ellen's parents was around what Abby said, that they want to keep Ellen safe, but to make sure, what if you don't know, because Ellen, they say they want to keep Ellen safe, but what happens if?
Hey kiddos, if you're not recording, can you give me 5? Just a very important reminder of not being silly on the videos. Do you understand that? Yeah. No silly faces, no silly hand signals, no silly words, no silly voices. Are you really, really clear? It's like your test, your worksheet for reading, okay?
And they're not really going to go anywhere because Christy thought, because in the last chapter, or the last couple, the last time we read this book, it said that Christy, Ellen, and Anne-Marie went downtown because Christy had a broken button, so they went to the button shop. And no one was there. And they knew the owner of the button shop was Jewish. So, now the Nazis are, they're probably doing more not so good stuff. They took over the button shop, no one owns that. Now they're probably taking over the school that Mr. Rosen taught.
They're probably going to try to take over everything.
I'm just going to say, with that whole thing, I do think that something, you know how in the last chapter there was the Denmark's Navy got blown up, and the mom said it was a fireworks celebration, and so I'm pretty sure that if something really bad happened, she'd hide it and just be like, oh, no.
I think, it's I think Christy just is making, Christy's, Anne Marie's mom, I think they're just, Christy would probably freak out because her mom has been saying these fireworks are a celebration for her birthday, which it really isn't true. And then now that Ellen's parents are trying to visit her relatives, but it's how would they get there? Where they are.
It's a good thing that Ellen isn't an enemy with Anne Marie, because if that it'd be so awkward for Anne Marie, because she's like, oh yay, now I get to be with my enemy for 2 to 3 days.
So
That's our answer about your question. What happened to Ellen's parents?
And read this book.